working? Sure it is, but let's see. There we go. All right, we are live with the great and wonderful Mr. RRC. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. How you doing?
Fantastic. So we had a little bit of a chat on what was it, Friday? About
I think so.
yeah, we talked a little bit about Game of Thrones on my drunk stream. So I figured, it'd be fun to have a little conversation about it on stream, like a, specific topic. Which of
Yes,
course,
indeed.
yes, Game of Thrones. Excellent show. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I think you said you did as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I mean, I've read the books as well, so I can't remember if you said you had or not.
I did not.
No. Okay.
I was going to finish the show before I read the books, and I just, never got around to it.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky that I get to listen to a lot of audiobooks at my job. So I've got, all day for audiobooks. So I've managed to go through all five of the books that are out, which is pretty awesome. They're great. They're absolutely incredible. I recommend them if you find the time.
Yeah, definitely. I've heard a lot of good things, and it's true that he hasn't actually finished the story yet, has he?
No, he hasn't. In fact, I think it was after the fifth season. Those were all based on notes that Martin had made, and so it was kind of like the idea of where he wanted to go, but not necessarily his work.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, because
Well,
the first few seasons were actually almost spot on, especially the first season.
yeah, I knew that. I knew there was a point where it broke off and became its own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Probably
y-
around the
and
fifth season, like in the middle of it, a little after.
yeah, I will say even beyond that, the story definitely started to pick up more and more, and I really did enjoy the last season right up until they got to King's Landing because it felt predictable
Yeah,
and it felt rushed.
yeah,
And the fact that the last two seasons didn't even have a full 10 episodes, that really bugged me.
yeah. That bugged me as well. I think the seventh season had like 6 episodes or something, right? Or no, it had eight.
It was either 6 or 7, and then the last season only had 6. It's
Okay,
like
so
that's
yeah,
not even a whole season. That's half a season.
right. That's you're just getting to like the thick of the season.
Right.
But
You're getting to the climax of the entire series, and you just like you rushed it and you took the lazy route with it.
yeah, at least when it comes to yeah the timing of it, the speed. I think that had to do with the fact that they just they were being canceled or like told not renewing episodes. So they're just like, okay, well we have to wrap this whole story up in that amount of time. I think is what happened, right? Or do you know?
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I read through the dirt sheets and everything that you see online, and you get a lot of conflicting stories. I think that probably was the case where it's just like, all right, you guys need to wrap this up because we got 5 other shows we need to get rolling.
Right, and they were already losing viewership. And that has to do with any kind of show. Most shows are lucky to get 8 seasons. That's a sign of a very successful show is to have at least
Right.
8 seasons. Um,
Yeah, I mean, The Sopranos, technically, they tried to claim it was 6 seasons, but it was 7 because the last season was split over 2 years in
mm,
half. So, I mean, you can technically call it that. And that's another show where they built it up into a phenomenon and then it just turned into a popcorn fart.
I never
That's
saw The
how I view it.
Sopranos,
I
so
mean, they did it with The Sopranos, they did it with Game of Thrones because they had it. Like, even in the last season, that the entire episode devoted to the battle.
yeah.
That was, I'll say, it was the greatest battle I've ever seen in TV history, in my opinion.
Which one are you talking about? The Battle of Winterfell?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I do. The battle was intense. It was awesome. There were a few things that if you know what to look for, you can kind of be like, oh well, that's stupid. Mainly
Yeah,
the tactics, like the putting the trebuchets out front of the walls. There was a whole bunch of things like that. That sending the cavalry out first
yeah, that
alone.
like just
The
watching the
Dothraki.
Dothraki ride in with the wolf, stunning visual,
Yes, see,
stunning visual.